What's up, everyone? It is your host, Ghost, coming to you live with another wonderful video. Yes, indeed. It's that wonderful time. Yes. How's everyone doing today? I am bloody exhausted. Got like 3 hours of sleepish. Oh yeah, I'm super tired. Shocking, I know. Seems like all I ever do is complain about being tired. But that's because I always am, it seems like. All right. So I got a few things we're going to talk about today. The Anti-Defamation League, ADL, has labeled Chaya Raichik, also known as the account owner of the owner of Libs TikTok, creator of Libs TikTok, has been labeled by the ADL as a terrorist. I guess that's not very accurate. She hasn't really been labeled a terrorist by the ADL. She has more been lumped in with terrorists. She has been lumped. Her name has been put in the glossary of extremism. So we'll just look at that real quick. That's all. And then two teens that murdered a retired police officer while live streamed were in court, and they were laughing, joking around, and flipped off the officer's family. So we'll watch that video and do a little backstory on that. And then a mother was stopped at a school board meeting from showing images of graphic books. Apparently, it's too obscene for the school board, but not obscene for the kids in school. And then students in Oregon are no longer required to be proficient in reading, writing, or math to graduate. And this is, of course, due to the bigotry of low expectations, as they believed it was disproportionately harming students of color. And then in California, health providers, as of November 1st, 2023, health providers will no longer be required, not health providers, parents will no longer be able to access prescription information or children between ages 12 to 17. And we all know why. We'll talk about why, but we all know why. And then a list has been going around the internet, and it's a list of places women should absolutely refuse to go on first dates. And some of them are kind of funny. And Donald Trump is gaining ground in a state that no Republican has won in 40 years. And we'll find out why at the end. But before anything, oh shoot, I forgot to put my banner. Make sure you follow me at officialwghost. Best way is to find me. You'll get my updates when I go live and everything like that. Make sure if you're watching this on Rumble, or if not, follow me on Rumble and give me a like. It's rumble.com/withghost. And then I have a gaming channel that I do video games, currently playing Spider-Man 2. That's rumble.com/withghost. And Before I go into anything even more, just want to give a shout out to Rick Test 113 for following my channel. That's for you, buddy. Appreciate you. All right, let's get into it. Oops. Chaya Raichik tweets out, "Enough is enough. I'm calling on the at ADL to immediately remove my name from their glossary of extremism. Not only have they defamed me, they also lumped me in with terrorist organizations like Hamas. They have until October 31st to remove this defamatory entry before I'm forced to take more action." All right. Libs of TikTok, or Shay Raichik. Libs of TikTok is a popular anti-LGBTQ plus Twitter account operated by former real estate agent Chaya Raichik. The account, which has over 1.3 million followers, as of August 2022, attempts to generate outrage, stoke anti-LGBTQ hostilities by reposting select out-of-context social media content created by LGBTQ people and liberals. The individuals, events, and organizations targeted by the account are frequently targets of harassment, threats, and violence. Here it is. This is various tweets. Now, if anyone who's not familiar with Libs TikTok, she posts pretty much. She just basically, if I remember right, she basically just reposts what LGBTQ whatever people post. She just posts them, like whatever they post, and then end up like trying to delete. She just reposts them and like, hey, look, this is what people are doing. I mean, according to Wikipedia, this is according to Wikipedia. Pull that out. There we go. Now, this is according to Wikipedia. Libs of TikTok is a handle for various far right and anti-LGBT social media accounts operated by Chaya Raichik, a former real estate agent. Raichik uses the account to repost content created by left-wing and LGBTQ people on TikTok and other social media platform, often with hostile, mocking, or derogatory comment. The account promotes hate speech and transphobia and spread false claims, especially relating to medical care of transgender children. The Twitter account, also known by the handle @libsoftiktok, has over 2 million followers as of March 2023 and has become influential among American conservatives and the political right. Libs of TikTok social media accounts have received several temporary suspensions and a permanent suspension from TikTok. Some Libs of TikTok posts have resulted in harassment against teachers, medical providers, children's hospitals, libraries, and LGBT venues. Libs of TikTok regularly slur LGBT. Who fucking wrote this? Regularly slur LGBT people, as well as those who provide mental health services to LGBT youths and LGBT sex educations to students as groomers. Its followers routinely attack individuals whose content is shared. Now, to be clear, the content that is shared is content that they themselves had shared. Like it's funny how they just leave that part out. Like, this isn't content that like she's like gone and like, hiddenly and found out and stuff like that, which wouldn't be a big issue regardless. But it's not like she does that. She just takes what various people do themselves, share themselves, and either they realize, oh shit, this isn't, and just reshare it. Basically, that's all she really ends up doing. You want to be honest. Now, maybe I don't know, she clips it out or anything like that, but I don't think she does. And I could be wrong, but I don't think she does. In several instances of online or real life threats and harassment against a range of targets have been linked to Lib's TikTok tweets, especially those where Raichik singles out specific events, locations, or people. Okay, does she demand her followers to do these things, or they do their own accord? Because if I post something and my followers decide I'm going to go to this event, but I didn't call them to do anything, I didn't do anything wrong. This is just Twitter or Wikipedia. So here's the about page of the TikTok.com. That's it. I'm a little disappointed. I thought everybody. Oh well, no big deal. Anyways, that's basically the story when it comes to this thing. And yeah, so the ADL. ADL is the Anti-Defamation League. Again, we'll use Wikipedia. Not that it's really reliable, but I'm sure it'll at least lay out the basics. The Anti-Defamation League, formerly known as, that's ADL, Anti-Defamation League, ADL, formerly known as the Anti-Defamation League of Being Birth, whatever that fucking means, is a New York-based international Jewish non-government organization and advocate group that specializes in civil rights law and combats anti-Semitism and extremism. That's the basics of what the ADL is. I'm not going through all this shit, honestly. So they're a Jewish organization that doesn't like anti-Semitism. Basically, it's what the ADL is all about. And for whatever reason, they're labeling Chaya Raichik as in their glossary of extremism. Let's see. A comprehensive guide to extremist lingo, publications, or tactics from ADL Center of Extremism. The ADL glossary of extremism defines nearly 900 terms and concepts used by wide varieties of extremist groups, movements, including white supremacists, anti-Semites, Islamic extremists, single-issue extremists, such as ego-terrorists and incels. It is the latest innovation from the ADL Center on Extremism, joining a body of online research tools and cutting edge of exposing hate, including its online database of hate symbols and the ADL heat map. ADL Center and Extremism experts will regularly update the glossary and add new definitions as extremist terminology evolves. The glossary homepage features definitions and groups and terms currently in the news, which now includes such groups as Goy Defense League, Patriot Front, White Lives Matter, Proud Boys, and Oath Keepers. Many extremist groups have developed their own nomenclature and language to communicate, and the public is not often familiar with many of the terms they and their followers are using. Joseph Greenblatt, ADL CEO. This glossary pulls back the curtain to reveal the meaning behind these names and concepts, giving the public the media and law enforcement insight into hundreds of terms, ideology, and conspiracy theories embraced by domestic extremists. It also provides a who's who of key figures involved in spreading hate. We believe that an informed public is critical to the informed public is critical to the defense of democracy, said Orrin Siegel, vice president of the ADL Center of Extremism. Our glossary provides the public with critical, factual, and accurate assessments of the conspiracy theories and disinformation currently espoused and championed by extremists. We believe it is the most comprehensive and intuitive resource on extremist speech currently available to the public. The glossary is a fully searchable database with filters from categories and ideology. It covers conspiracy theories, movements, extremist events, and definitions. Ideology covered include anti-Semitism, anti-government extremism, Islamist, left-wing extremists, right-wing extremists, single-issue movements, and white supremacy. So let's see. Oh, shocking! They say one to Israel. Let's see if this is still up. Hey, look, it pulls up right fucking here. All right, now. Oh, look at that. I typed in Black Lives Matter, an extremist group as well, for sure. And it doesn't look like they have it. They have White Lives Matter, but not Black Lives Matter. All right, how about this? Am I spelling that right? Yeah. So they don't have Antifa either. So Libs of TikTok is in here for just reposting other people's content. They don't like the fact that that have been reposted, but they don't have Black Lives Matter, which is an extremist group in itself. Just because you agree with them doesn't mean they're not an extremist group. But not only that, they don't have Antifa and Anti-Fascist League, which is also, I think, has been labeled. Is it Antifa? Yeah, Antifa has been labeled as a terrorist organization. Oh, just funny is all. I had a feeling that wasn't going to pop up. But when we go back to their whole spiel of it, they talk about having left extremists as well, left-wing extremists. They don't have Black Lives Matter. They're extremist groups. Now, do they deserve to be on here? I think they deserve to be on here far more than Chaya, Raichik, or Libs of TikTok, because they use violence to get their means all the time. What am I talking about? Well, look at the so-called Summer of Love. That was all, the riots and everything. Those are all used to Sorry, I was responding to something. What was it? I was saying something and lost it. Whatever. I guess it wasn't that important. Now, on this lives of TikToks and things, I don't. The thing is although they put her in the glossary of extremism, I don't think anything they've put in here is really defamation. I'm going to. I don't know for sure, obviously, but I assume that it's not saying that Chaya Raichik had, because there's this. Okay, sorry. Should probably share it so I can actually get my whole real thoughts out here. So, says attempts to generate outrage and stoke anti-LGBTQ plus hostilities or reposting select out of context social media content created by LGBTQ people and liberals. That is, that probably is out of incorrect. Because I've watched a lot of her TikToks and not really TikTok. Well, they're on X, so there's TikToks, but they're on X that I watch. I don't have TikTok. They seem to be the full context. I don't know what else you need. Sorry, and then individuals, events, and organizations targeted by the account are frequently targets of harassment, threats, and violence. That's probably pretty accurate. That's probably fairly accurate. And I'm not saying that she goes out and says, "Hey, go get these people," but she posts this stuff, and it's generally stuff that's not flattering to anyone, and rightfully so, it should be shown by people, and people should read it and see it and everything like that. That's all I'm saying. But of course, you post something like this, and what they're doing is very inflammatory, so it's pretty obvious that they'd end up being targeted by other people and become frequent targets of harassment, threats, and violence. So I don't think she would have actually any good case of defamation, but I am not a lawyer, so I don't know that for sure. That's just my opinion on the matter. I don't think she has any real defamation claim. This probably is annoying to have, and it's kind of annoying to be lumped in with the terrorism and stuff like that. But I don't think it actually ends up qualifying to the route of terrorism. That's just my opinion, though. So. I'm sure it sucks, but again, I don't think it actually, you actually can get to terrorism or defamation in this. But who knows? I might be wrong. I'm not a lawyer, so I have no idea. Hold on, I forgot to do this. But yeah, like I said, I don't think she's got any claim for defamation. But who knows? Maybe she does. I have no idea. I think the only thing that the thing is inaccurate on is saying that she posts out of context clips, and that may be true. There might be some that have that are out of context, because I haven't seen every single one of her videos, so I don't know. That may actually be true, and if it's all true, you don't really have a defamation thing, just regardless of how unflattering it is. And her defamation might be the fact that she's in a glossary of extremism, but I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think she should be in the glossary of extremism, but I don't know if she has a case for or for defamation. It's my opinion. Sorry. All right. So, but ADL, the fact that you don't have Black Lives Matter and Antifa, that's just a sad. That's an L on your part. But I mean, are we really surprised? Are we really surprised that ADL wouldn't have Black Lives Matter. Those are their. Oh, well, thank you, Jessica Reloaded. I appreciate it. I just commented on your post, and well, I appreciate it. You know, it's funny, actually, Jessica. I am going to comment on the list of refusing to go on a first date. So I am going to comment it. That's going to come a little later today, but I appreciate the sub. But if you really want to sub to me, follow me on my Rumble channel. That's more important to me than YouTube. YouTube is just to kind of get it out there, but you know what? Shout out to you. Appreciate you, girl. All right. Let's get on to this next one. And for everyone who watches later, go check out Jessica Reloaded. I know she has a gianter following than I do, but check her out. Check out her videos. All right. So, I guess I should go to the. Let's see. Let me get to the backstory on this. So, I'm sure people have seen the video of. Well, actually, I'm going to go to the news story, not this one. But I'm sure everyone has seen the video of those two teens that are driving, and they hit that guy and a cop. Turns out the guy's the guy on the bike. Turns out that guy's a cop. And so this is them in the courtroom.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us live at 5. I'm Trisha Keene.
And I'm Mabel Garcia. A trial date has been set for the two teens accused in a crime spree that included what police say was the intentional hit-and-run killing of a retired police chief officer, Andreas Probst.
In court today, the teen suspects did not show any concern. Our Jaewon Jung was there in the courtroom and also spoke to the family of Probst after the proceedings.
The family of Andreas Probst says the behavior of the two murderers of each other in district court.
Okay. This is a big old long news article. I don't really want to watch that. I just want to watch them flipping the people off. And then we'll get into the article. So let's just watch these guys flipping these people off.
What did you see them doing?
There they
They
are.
were flipping us off. I would say about 3 or 4 different times. They flipped us off, flipping each other off, joking around with each other. Definitely not taking anything serious.
This guy has a face tattoo. Look, if you get a face tattoo, it's always a bad decision. Always a bad decision. Never get a face tattoo. Who gets a face tattoo? Not even a neck tattoo. Down, tattoos all good. Up, don't get a tattoo. Like it's dumb. Anyways, that's what they do. So let's get into the article on channel 13, whatever was it? Come on, bastard. Actually. Well, here we go. For those who haven't seen the video. Yes, Jessica Reloaded. I usually do stream at this time. Generally it's 6:30 a.m. Pacific to 7:30 a.m. Pacific, but I worked late yesterday. Shit. So I worked late yesterday, so I changed it to this time, though I might end up doing it this time in the future because most of the time I end up working late and I'm goddamn exhausted all the time. All right. So for those who haven't seen the video, this is it right here.
How you go?
Oh, is it? No, this isn't it. Oh, yeah, there it is. There you go. This is the cop in question. Now, I wonder if you can hear it.
How you go?
Sorry, I'm trying to. Okay, so if you heard that, you ready? Yeah. Oh, I appreciate that. Absolutely. Yeah. You're in Pacific time too? I had no idea. I seen you a bunch of times on Ricada Law's channel. I watch you on Ricada Law, and I think I've seen you on various other channels. And I always enjoy watching. You seem to have some good comments. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, I don't stream in the evening. I normally work in the evening, so but yeah, this is generally when I'll stream. It's 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. I'm usually getting home in the evening, and that's in the evening. I mean like midnight to 1 or 2 in the morning, unfortunately. Anyways, but yeah, so that's the video that's the video we're talking about. So those are the teens. Oh, what I was gonna say. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay, that's nice. So what I was going to say is this: is you can hear in the video. You ready? Yeah, go get it. Now, why is that important? Well, it's important because it shows the intent mindset of these individuals. And sorry, I can hear my daughter upstairs. But you can hear the intent mindset, and it's very important when you're charging a case. You'll hear them go like, "You ready? Yeah." So they understand what they're gonna do. And when it comes to, I think, what have they been charged with? They were charged with. Yeah, so in the footage, driver's ask, "You ready?" And the giggling passenger says, "Yeah," hit his ass. So they run him over. Come on, is this going to tell me what they got charged with? Okay, yeah. So they were charged. They got charged. I think they were initially charged with manslaughter, and then they got ended up getting charged with murder because there was clear intention that they were intending to do grievous harm or bodily injury or even kill the guy. And so that intent behind it ends up contributing to their mindset. And, it's caused them to actually be charged with murder and probably be found guilty, in my opinion. Because it's all on video. Dude, kids these days are stupid. They record everything. Why are you recording shit? Like, why do you record everything you do? It's so goddamn dumb. But it's good here because now they're going to get their asses put in jail over their retardedness. Okay. So teen driver appears to intentionally definitely intentionally hit and kill retired police chief in viral video. Andre Probst, formerly headed Bell Police Department in California. A laughing teenager appears to deliberately plow a stolen car into a retired police chief, Andreas Probst, in a fatal Las Vegas hit and run. And that has left his widow furious, according to the now viral video of the collision. It's not just about one victim. We as a nation are victims. We are victims of senseless crime, the slain man wife, Crystal Probst, told Fox News Digital in her first public statement. Since police announced a murder charge against the driver, we all need to show up and show our outrage in the courtrooms. She said her husband's murder is the latest example of anarchy that prevails in many U.S. cities amid a backlash against police and lack of accountability for criminals. Probst, 64, was on his morning bike ride when a teenager struck him August 14th about 6:04 a.m. on North Tenya Way near West Sentinel Parkway, Las Vegas Metro Police Department said in a statement. The 17-year-old driver fled, and Probst, who was still alive, was rushed to the hospital where he died of his injuries. In the footage, drivers ask, as the giggling passenger records the collision on his iPhone. The driver asks, "Ready?" And, like I said, yeah, hit his ass. Tells the driver, who veers the Hyundai Elantra into the bike lane behind Probst, who's wearing a red shirt and shorts as he pedals. Driver can be heard honking it 3 times before he rams into Probst's back wheel, sending him flying over the hood. The passenger points his iPhone out the window and records. Probus rolls to a stop on the side of the road. Damn that, and got knocked out, the passenger said in the 31-second clip. I think we all know what the end is. I'm just saying. I think we all know. Oh shit, we need to get out of here, the panic driver replies as he steps on the gas. Wait, why is he panicking? Why is he panicking? You go and drive after and run over a dude. Now you start panicking? Dumb idiot. Police tracked down the driver, who has not been named due to his age, booked him into Clark County Juvenile Hall on charge related to hit and run. I hope he gets charged as an adult. 2 weeks later, police learned of the disturbing video, which has garnered 5.1 million views on a single X account, formerly Twitter. Charges against the teens were upgraded to murder based on the footage, police said. So yeah, it was probably at one point like an accidental or manslaughter or something like that. And then they get the footage, which shows their intent. They intentionally ran over this guy and decided, oh, well, this is clearly they intended to either kill or, well, they intended to kill the guy. But, if you go and run over a guy in a car, obviously it's going to end up killing him. So no big deal. Anyways, the passenger who recorded the sick ambush is still at large. This is probably an old article, huh? Yeah, this is September 18, 2023. So this is not 100%, because there's 2 teens in there, so he's definitely been found. Former Bell, California police chief retired in 2009 after 35 years in law enforcement and moved to the desert oasis where he worked in global security, Los Angeles Review-Journal reported. His 27-year-old daughter, Taylor Probus, received an alert from her father's Apple Watch in the morning of the crash, indicating he had fallen down, according to the local paper. She and her mother drove to the scene about 3 miles from their home and spotted Probus' helmet, bike, and phone scattered on the floor. He was already taken to the hospital. I'm like, that's not good. Crystal Probus told the newspaper 4 hours later they learned he had died. That was really sad. The couple, who also share a son, would have celebrated their 35th wedding anniversary this month. So 35th wedding anniversary and also 35 years. So he got married right when you joined law enforcement. Interesting. Their daughter said Andres Probus was like a father figure to everyone. Being around him, it was like being next to a ray of sunshine. Taylor Probus said he was always laughing, always smiling, offering you support, life advice, career advice. So there we go. But anyways, there we are. So then, yeah, so we see that footage, them laughing, taking, not taking this serious, clearly. Which, it's not surprising. These 2 teens are probably, they've gotten in trouble plenty of times in the past. They're always messing up. They're always left off the hook. And they don't understand consequences of their actions. So now, hopefully, they will. And we'll see their asses charged and hopefully thrown in jail for a very long time. All right. Let's get angry. Let's get angry because something that's fairly common nowadays, and it's surprising me that this is still happening. And what's happening is there's graphic books being shown to our kids in school. And parents will go and, voice their outrage and read or show said graphic images or graphic material. And they get in trouble because it's apparently too graphic for the school board, but not too graphic for our kids. So let's listen to this mom.
Shameful, base, and degrading. All 7 members of the committee were also asked to look at this image. This was in the book, and they all unanimously said that this is, and along with that 15-page Okay, this is in children's libraries here in Hillsborough County, approved by that committee unanimously at Plant High. It's in multiple schools. There's 10 images of that woman's naked breast in that book.
Thank you. Thank you. Next speaker.
Shameful.
So, like, this is just getting so ridiculous at this point. It's so egregious. You can't show it at a school board. You can't have it at all happen in the school board. You can't show it at all. You do that, you're very, very bad. Bad, shame on you. But we can have it for our kids. Our kids can see this, but, you know, how dare you show it to us in a school board? Very inappropriate at a school board, but completely fine to show for kids, you know, by themselves or in classroom. That's so goddamn ridiculous. Cops like, oh, you can't do this. L school board. L school board. All right. A very short clip, but I mean, at this point, are we really surprised anymore? Are we really surprised that, you know, a school board will see an image like, hey, you can't have that in here, but then, you know, you'll allow kids to be able to go and look at it all the time, or it's required reading or what, etc. Like, are we really that surprised anymore? All right. All right, so, all right. Before we get too far into this, I need to say one thing, and that is check out Coffee Brand Coffee. Coffee Brand Coffee is a delicious coffee company. I highly recommend it. It has a variety of different flavors. You know what? We'll just go old school. So Coffee Brand Coffee. Look at that. Butterscotch flavored coffee. So they got classics, light to dark roast, decaffeinated for those weirdos who like decaffeinated coffee, bourbon flavored, s'mores, orange, but my personal favorite apparently isn't on this page, so I gotta find it. My personal favorite, and the one I just bought 5 pounds of, look, they got peppermint hot cocoa. No wonder it's all. No wonder. Hold on. Make it easy on myself. So there you go. All right. Yeah, s'mores, all that stuff. Wonderful. All right. There we go. My personal favorite is right here, French toast flavored. That is my personal favorite. That is what I am currently drinking right here. Ooh. Now, if you're not a coffee drinker and you're some weird British dude or just some weirdo that likes tea, that Coffee Brand Coffee also has tea. Classics, English breakfast, gunpowder green tea, chamomile, oolong, they got apple pie, biscotti, raspberry, cocoa, mint tea, various different types of tea, caffeinated, non-caffeinated. Now, if you don't like tea or hot cocoa or coffee, they have hot chocolate, some delicious nummy hot chocolate. They got 4 kinds now. They got velvety cocoa, rich caramel, marshmallow, peppermint. Fall is here, which means that winter is coming, as Ned Stark would like to say. That means you need something nice and warm and delicious to drink while you're curled up next to the fireplace or with your sweetie. And if you're hungry, well, they do offer a variety selection of nuts and saltwater taffy. So check out Coffee Brand Coffee. It's my preferred coffee brand company. The links are in the description. My referral code, my referral link, and the coupon code. They give you 5% off. If you want to subscribe to them, that gives you 10%. My referral link and coupon code only will give you 5. But if you want 10%, 10%, you can subscribe, but if you do get 10%, you can't, or do the subscription, you can't get the 5% for my coupon code, but still use my referral link as it gives me credit, and credit is all we're looking for nowadays. Am I right? All right. So let's get on. Looks like Jessica reloaded left, which is fine. She's probably exhausted, according to her comments, but I appreciate her coming in, and maybe I'll see if she wants to come on my show one of these days, since apparently we live in the same time zone. But good night, Jessica. I hope you have a wonderful sleep, because I cannot wait to go back to sleep. All right, here we are. It appears to be a Libs of TikTok themed day today, because I got a couple things from Libs of TikTok that I apparently need to share. But that's okay. Shout out to Libs of TikTok. Without Libs of TikTok, a lot of us wouldn't be seeing some of this shit that is very important. Actually, I think it was because of Libs of TikTok, my wife actually started agreeing with that we should homeschool our kid. So shout out to you, Libs of TikTok. All right. So once more, the bigotry of low expectations has reared its ugly head, as Oregon students will no longer need to be proficient in reading, writing, and math to graduate. And this is because of inequality, and having standards to graduate disproportionately harms students of color. Because apparently, according to Oregon Department of Education, students of color are retarded and dumb and cannot do it themselves. I disagree. I think they could do it just as much as the white kids. But Oregon Department of Education disagrees with me, apparently.
For the next 5 years, high school students in Oregon will not need to perform proficiency tests showing mastery of reading, writing, or math in order to graduate. And this comes as the Oregon Board of Education unanimously voted to extend a pause on the graduation requirement yesterday until 2028. They're citing inefficiency and inequity. Joel Jones going beyond the headlines tonight to find out what this pause will mean for students.
This is a controversial decision and one that's facing a lot of pushback. While some say the decision will lower state standards and cheapen an Oregon diploma, the Oregon Department of Education tells me this policy simply didn't work and disproportionately harms students of color.
For the next 5 years, high school students in Oregon will not need to perform proficiency tests showing
this policy simply didn't work. The Oregon Department
I didn't hear that part.
and Oregon state standards and cheapen and some.
Yeah, there we go.
This is a controversial decision and one that's facing a lot of pushback.
It's a dumb
some
decision.
say the decision will lower state standards and cheapen an Oregon diploma. The Oregon Department of Education tells me this policy simply didn't work and disproportionately harms students of color.
So instead of, going out of their way and trying to assist struggling students, I'm not even talking about students of color, unlike the racist Department of Education of Oregon. I'm simply just talking about struggling students in general. So instead of going out of their way and trying to assist them better, they're just going to lower the standards. And, we all know lowering standards always proves to be an effective force for good citizenry. Look, let's be honest. Oregon Department of Education, they're racist. Okay. They are racist. And that's what we need to accept from here on. Oh, shoot. This is Carolina. I said before. What? I need to change my description in this, honestly. I assumed this was going to be California, and it's Carolina. So, hold on. Let me fix this. What the hell? All right. Well, I'll have to do that. Well, that's sad. Okay. All right, so let's just pop this open. So this is again from Lindsay TikTok. That is what we're doing today. Access to your child's Carolina Care account will change on November 1st, 2023. Dear parents and legal guardians, we wanted to let you know about an upcoming change to your Carolina Care account that will take effect on November 1st, 2023. Starting November 1st, 2023, you will no longer be able to access prescription information for children between ages 12 to 17. If your child has not yet turned 12 years old, this change will take effect on their 12th birthday. This change is to protect the privacy of your child's prescription records. It allows minors to receive prescription medications for sensitivity issues as permitted by law without worrying about how their parents may react. Okay, hold on. Does not affect how you are currently able access your child's medical records in other ways, such as through a medical records request available. Okay, yeah, Carolina, fuck you. Like, go fuck yourself, Carolina. Like, I don't live in Carolina. Oh, fucking hell. All right, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. uh, so I'm just wanting to look up because I've seen this before, not just in Carolina. And this appears to have been starting to become far more popular than it should be. Apparently, I can't find a concrete state. All right, whatever. But yeah, all right. So let's get to what this is actually saying. Let's be honest. This is all for, and pretty much only for, transitioning drugs. It's what this is really for. That's why it's, that's why it lives TikTok here. Highlighted, it allows minors to receive prescription medications for sensitive issues as permitted by law without worrying about how their parents may react. AKA, that is also known as transitioning drugs. So they want your kids to have access to these life-altering drugs and not let you know about it. How fucked up is that? 12, and this is starting from 12 to 17. 12 years old. Look, the lowest legal age of consent, as far as I know, in the States is 16. So you're telling me kids are intelligent enough to do this transitioning, to get their to order their prescription meds and all this stuff. They are mature enough to do that, but they're not mature enough to consent to sex, and I'm going from 12 to 15 at this point, but consent to sex, consent to, having a legal binding contract, et cetera, et cetera. But we got, prescription meds. They're allowed to have their own account that, their parents aren't allowed to have access to, apparently. This is the Carolina. Or I think, where is Carolina Care? I'm assuming it's Carolina. Is it both the Carolinas? Care. Looks like the location is North Carolina. I'm assuming you can access both Carolina and both the Carolinas. But yeah, this is just ridiculous. Like, I'm not allowed to, if I didn't live in the Carolinas, I'm not allowed to access my child's prescription meds because you want to hide the fact that you're trying to prescribe them transitioning drugs. Fuck you. All this shit is just like, if this was so good, so pure, so important, why do you have to hide everything? And I'm sure the argument is like, well, it's because parents won't understand and they won't let their kid do it. Yeah, because it's not good. This is not good. It's not good to transition your kid before puberty, during puberty, or anything like that. Okay, they're not a legal adult. I have full control over what my kid gets to put in their goddamn body. In my household, I'm a benevolent dictator. And sometimes I'm not that benevolent. And I will take control if I think something is not good for you. My interest is always in the best of the child. My child, I mean. Not goddamn. This prescription stuff, it's just so goddamn fucking annoying. I've said this 1,000 times at this point. I really could give two shits what you do with your life once you're an adult. Just leave my goddamn kids alone. Okay? Leave the kids alone. That's all I got to say. All right, we're done. Now, unfortunately, Jessica Reloaded left. But that's okay. No big deal. Because I was still going to cover this anyways. And this is apparently a list of places women absolutely refuse to go on a first date to. And thank you to the ladies who reached out to me and helped me on the list. Now, I will describe this woman. I'll tell you what about this woman in a second. But let's go through the list. Number 1 is Cheesecake Factory. What's wrong with Cheesecake Factory? What's wrong with Cheesecake Factory? How are you too good for Cheesecake Factory? Applebee's. All right, Applebee's is shit. I don't care what anyone says. Applebee's is garbage. But again, how are you too good for Applebee's? Chili's. Okay, same thing. Chipotle, Olive Garden. And look, not everyone likes Olive Garden. I like their salad and their breadsticks. And their dessert. That's generally. I'm not gonna lie. When I go to Olive Garden, well, I don't go into because I can do pickup. If I do a pickup, I just get their breadsticks, Alfredo sauce, and a salad and a dessert. That's all I get from Olive Garden ever. The movies. What's wrong with the movies? There's nothing wrong with the movies. I mean, maybe not on a first date, the movies, because you can't really talk with the person or anything like that. But if you're in high school, the movies was a classic first date. Your house. I agree with this, actually. Your house. Never take a woman to your house on the first date. That's just weird. Okay, you don't know this person. Why are you bringing them into your home, your sanctuary? Any fast food chain. Again, I can agree with that because, McDonald's or something like that. Not really a great first date thing. It's not really that great. Buffalo Wild Wings. What's wrong with Buffalo Wild Wings? Wingstop. Red Lobster. Red Lobster. You're too good for Red Lobster. Look, I don't like fish food at all, or fish, any seaweed shit at all. But them biscuits, though. Them biscuits. A buffet. What's wrong with buffet? IHOP. Denny's. What's wrong with Denny's? The gym. Well, what if you both like going to the gym? That might be a very valid place to go. And I don't know. I never understand. I don't think it'd be a weird first date is to go to the gym. But hey, do you, boo? I don't give a shit. Church. Why? What's wrong with church? You can see if they'll burn when they enter. Starbucks. Coffee dates, ice cream dates. What's wrong with coffee dates and ice cream dates? Ice cream is delicious. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with Starbucks? What's wrong? Well, I don't think you should have the date in Starbucks. Maybe get some Starbucks and walk around. Family functions. I agree with this. I agree with family functions. Because that's just weird. Why are you going to bring someone on a first date to a family function? That's just weird. Movie night, Netflix, Hulu, etc. Again, I can agree with this. Because that's at your house. That's just weird. That's a first date. Weird. Somewhere that requires a long drive. Maybe. Depends. You could always have a good conversation on the long drive, depending on what you mean by a long drive. It's a long drive, like 30 minutes, long drive, an hour. What's a long drive? Bowling. What's wrong with bowling? It's a great way. You can have some great conversation, have some fun. Like, what's wrong with bowling? Nightclubs. What are you talking about? Everyone goes to a nightclub. What the fuck? Hookah bar. I can get with that. Unless she's into hookah. You don't know. The chick might be into hookah. A bar for just drinks. Why not? What's wrong with just drinks? Maybe I don't know you well enough and to see if I want to continue wasting my time on you, and I just want to get some drinks. Waffle House. What's wrong with Waffle House? Are you too good for a Waffle House? Let me tell you, you're not too good. This chick right here, you're not too good for Waffle House, lady. And sports events. Well, what if the chick likes sports? Like, what the fuck? Now, look, this chick here, let me tell you about this chick right here. You know what she offers that demands this, high classity? Her vagina. That's all she offers. You can really tell the fact that she's over here. Maybe this isn't the actual creator of the list. I'm assuming it is. But look, she's in the bathroom taking a picture, and she's stretching got her leg up against the wall, clearly defined, like, look at my ass. And she's a high maintenance chick. You can already tell. All this chick offers is vagina. That's all she is. That's all she's good for. Okay. She's not going to have an intelligent conversation with you or anything like that. All she's good for is to smash and go on. That's all she's really good for. And all she's good for is that. And from you, she demands that you don't take her on a first date to any of these. Look, here's my opinion. Coffee date, bar for just drinks, maybe somewhere that requires a long drive, maybe. Those are probably your best first date options, because there's no point in spending a bunch of money on a woman that, you know, all she offers is vagina, because that's all she offers is vagina. You know, it's funny. I take personal umbrage with this. Number one, Cheesecake Factory. That's where I took my wife on our first date. I took my wife to the Cheesecake Factory. Fuck you. Cheesecake Factory's delicious. And then I think we went to the movies too. So I take personal umbrage with this damn list. Fuck you. Cheesecake. Like, this chick's all hidey mighty. Like, absolutely refuse to go on a first date too. Look, if a chick refuses a coffee date or a bar for just drinks, she refuses that, just walk away, you guys. Just walk away. Because she wants this extravagant life. She wants you to pay for a bunch of shit for an experience. And she'll string you along for a couple, 3 or 4 dates at these extravagant places, these expensive places where she's not going to pay for shit. All she's going to do is string you along until you get some sense to realize, oh, my dick isn't going to get wet from this broad. So just look, if she, like I said, a coffee date, bar for just drinks, maybe even an ice cream date, those, depending on like where you're at. If it's like really fucking hot as hell, ice cream date's perfect. But if she refuses those kinds of dates, she's probably not worth your time, guys. Just saying. I saw this video. I was watching Fresh and Fit, and I saw this. They reacted to this clip where this chick was so up in arms that her date brought her to the Cheesecake Factory. I wonder if I can find it here. Hold on. Yeah, it's right here. Sweet. Well, I want to see if I can get the actual video. Okay, whatever. All right, so I'm just gonna show this real quick. All right, so this chick here. Okay, this is the guy. This is the chick. Okay, and she's like, "I ain't getting out of this car." She says before waving her finger, "No." This is the Cheesecake Factory. She said several times. He asked, "What's wrong with that?" This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone who looks like this to a chain restaurant? And this is what she looks like. She thinks she's all that hot shit. Okay. So there's that. Now, let me give you guys some background information. It's all in this one, but I'm not going to go through it. So some background is this chick ended up making this guy wait for like an hour before coming down for their date. So he actually had an actual fancy restaurant lined up, But she took so goddamn long that he wasn't able, that they lost their reservation. So he's like, all right, I'll just take you to the Cheesecake Factory since you don't respect my time. And then she got all uppity about it. This is a chain restaurant. Who's going to take someone like this to a chain restaurant? Like, see some hot shit. Look, in the video, she looks fat as fuck. Like, you can't act all shit. It's funny as well. But anyways, that's some background. Like, he was going to take her to an actual fancy restaurant, apparently. But she took so goddamn long and didn't talk to him at all. Didn't say like, hey, yo, and you know, he's at fault there for not, you know, saying, look, obviously you're busy. I'm just going to call it a night, because an hour, I wouldn't wait an hour. My wife made me wait for an hour. I probably wouldn't be married at this point, but maybe because I was a loser back then. Better now, but I was a loser back then. But yeah, that was just fun. Anyways. So this dumb list that's a no right there. Like, come on. Like, again, I agree with the house, family functions, movie night, Netflix, Hulu, etc. I agree with those things. But everything else seems like a reasonable date depending on the chick. And again, that chick in the picture, pussy, that's all she's got for you. She ain't got nothing but pussy for you, dude. Nothing. All right, actually, before we get into this, I just saw this, so I kind of want to talk about it. So I just saw this. So let's react to this. I'm doing it live. So this is another chick who's apparently very upset that she has to work a 9 to 5.
I know I'm probably just being so dramatic and annoying.
Yes, you are. I haven't even watched the goddamn video, and I already know you're dramatic and annoying. Come on, let's be honest.
But this is my first job, like my first 9 to 5 job after college, and I'm in person, and I'm commuting in the city, and it takes me fucking forever to get there. There's no way I'm gonna be able to afford living in the city right now, so that's off the table. Like, fucking duh! If I was able to walk to work, and it'd be fine, but I'm not. So it literally takes me, like, I leave here, like, I get on the train at 7:30, and I don't get home till like 6:15 earliest, and then like I don't have time to do anything. I want to shower, eat my dinner, and go to sleep. I don't have time or energy to cook my dinner either. Like, I don't have energy to work out. Like, that's out the window. Like, I'm so upset. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Well, if you work out, just, go walk around, do something like that. Helps you. You can work out that way.
Had nothing to do with my job at all, but just like the 9 to 5 schedule in general is crazy. Being in the office 9 to 5, like if it was remote, you get off at 5 and you're home and everything's fine. But like I'm not home. It takes me long to get home, and like.
Well, here's get off at 5, go straight to the gym, work out there, pick up your food on the way home. I don't know.
Like people that drive to the office, like you don't get off at 5, and I know it could be worse. I know I could be working longer, but like I literally get off, it's pitch black. Like I don't have energy. How do you have friends? Like how do you have time to like meet like a guy? I don't know. Like how do you have time for like dating? Like I don't have time for anything, and I'm like so stressed.
Well, that's why you have 2 days off during the week, dumbass.
Stressed out, and I'm also getting my period, so that's why I'm all emotional. But like,
shocking.
Am I so dramatic? It's fine.
Yes, you're very dramatic, lady. You're extremely over dramatic if you think 9 to 5 really sucks. Let me explain to you, young lady. I work roughly on average 13-hour days. That's what I fucking work. So your whole complaint 9 to 5, shut up. Just shut up. 9 to 5. Don't look at the 9 to 5. So if you watched George Lopez, that was familiar to you. But anyways, I had to react to this because, and look, this chick isn't going to end up working for very long. Let's forget. She's fairly attractive. I'm sure at some point she'll find some guy that's going to end up, paying for everything. She doesn't have to work. Or in 6 months, she's just going to make an OnlyFans account, and then she's not going to have to work that hard. Let's be honest. That's like we're probably going to see her on OnlyFans at some point in the future. All right. Last but simply not least, Donald Trump gaining ground in state no Republican has won in 40 years. Donald Trump has slowly gained ground in the blue state of New York. Oh shit, New York! I had no idea. Where the margin between the former president and Democratic Joe Biden has significantly shortened between 2020 now. According to the latest poll in the Siena Research Institute, part of the Siena College in Loudonville, New York, Trump is lagging behind incumbent Biden by as much as 9 percentage points in his own home state, much less than what was reported a month ago when he was still trailing the Democrat by 21 percentage points. Numbers, though still in favor of Biden, show that Trump has been gaining support in New York at the same time as the Democratic president has been losing it. When compared to the victory in the state in 2020, which crushed Trump's 61 to 28%, the current results speak of a crisis of popularity suffered by the Democratic president. The poll released on Tuesday and conducted among 12,225 New York State registered voters between October 15th and 19th showed that the Democratic president is ahead of his Republican rival 46 to 37 percentage, despite having the worst ever favorability, 45 to 52 percentage, and job approval rating, 46 to 51. What's worse, a majority of 52% of Democrats said they would want a different presidential nominee than Biden. The gap between Biden and Trump shortens to 7% when including independent Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Cornel West on the ballot in a four-way matchup. With Biden leading Trump 8 to 31%, Kennedy gathering 13% of the votes, and West 5%, according to Siena College poll. Kennedy announced he was running as an independent after joining the race as a Democrat, a move that analysts said wouldn't bring him to the White House, but could add an unpredicted third-party factor in the 2024 race. West left the Green Party in May, said it was the best way to challenge the entrenched system. The recent poll shows a significant change from New York, a state where Ronald Reagan was the last Republican to win a majority of vote support in 1984. Is New York still blue? True. 49% of voters are enrolled as Democrats and only 23% as Republicans, said Siena College pollster Stephen Greenberg. True, the last Republican president candidate to win here was Ronald Reagan in 1984. But also true is that just last year, a Republican came within 7 points of being elected governor. And also true is that right now, Biden has his worst ever New York favorability and job approval rating, he said. The good news for Biden is election is more than a year away. The bad news is there's more bad news. So what swayed New York voters? A majority of the 52% of poll voters said that New York was headed in the wrong direction, while 65% believed the same about the country. Migration in the state, which recently made national headlines, is considered a very serious problem by 57% of voters, up from 54% in August. Nearly two-thirds, 64%, say New York has done enough for new migrants and must now work to slow the flow of migrants, compared to 29% who say the state should accept and work to assimilate them. Some 58% agree with Mayor Eric Adams that the migrant issue will destroy New York City. Well, New York City, that's kind of what you get when you decide to become a sanctuary city. Just saying. Though 46% disapprove of the job he's doing to address the problem, while other issues in Washington and abroad have largely driven the news cycle over the last few weeks. The influx of migrants to New York remains top of mind for voters, with 84% saying it's a serious problem for the state, Greenberg said. Seldom do we see issues where at least 79% of Democrat, Republicans, independent men, women, upstaters, downstaters, downstaters, blacks, white, Latinos, Catholics, Jews, and Protestants all agree that the migrant influx is a serious problem, he added. That said, New York voters still have no love for Trump. with a majority of 59% having an unfavorable opinion of the embattled Republican primary frontrunner. So there we go. So we'll see. I mean, like they said, election, it's not that far away. For all, a lot can change between now and then. So what's going to happen? We have no idea what's going to happen. So we'll see. Migrant issues not going to go away anytime soon. And you can directly blame Biden's policies on that because he has an open border policy. Very obviously, at this point, if you don't think that, you're a moron. But it is what it is. So that's all I got for you guys today. We had a lot of topics. We had a very nice guest come in for a quick second on the comments. Jessica Reloaded. Shout out to you, and I appreciate the sub on my YouTube. But again, I hope you come over to Rumble and sub on there. That's where I really would appreciate the sub there. YouTube is kind of just an outlet to try and get more people to the Rumble channel. So that's all I got for you guys today. I'm tired. Probably going to go to bed. I'll probably go upstairs and hang out with my daughter while my wife gets some sleep. But eventually I will go to bed. No workout for me. Although I got to start getting back on that. All right. I hope you all have a good day. I hope you guys enjoy the show. We talked about a lot of things today. Hopefully we had some, I don't know. So tired. Make sure you follow me on X at officialwghost. Make sure you give me a like on the video. Follow me on either YouTube, Rumble, both, whatever. Actually, both. Yeah, follow me on both. Mostly Rumble, though. And I hope you all have a good day. Peace out and see you later. And again, shout out to Jessica Reloaded for the subbing on YouTube and Rick Test 113 for following me on Rumble. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate you all. All right. I hope you all have a good day. Peace out. See you later.